Hello there, everyone. The Practical AI Lady here. I'm Lady, the Practical AI Lady, and today I want to build a Gemini Gem Builder. So, if you haven't checked out my last video where I showed you how to build a Gemini Gem, be sure to check it out. I'll link it in the cards. But last time we created a Gemini Gem that created cover letters for us. All we had to do was attach our resume and paste a job description, and it would generate a cover letter for us to apply for that job. It also told us last time that we were not eligible for the job. And we went to Gemini to build this because the Gemini Gem Builder interface wasn't working. It still isn't working consistently. We'll definitely see what happens when we try to work with it today. But we're going to build a gem builder. So we're going to build a gem that builds gems for us. And basically, this is just helpful because it can help you optimize and enhance your gem, help you come up with ideas for it that you may not have come up with otherwise, and then build those instructions for you. So we're going to go ahead and go to a new chat. And we are going to ask Gemini, hey Gemini, I would like to build a Gemini Gem Builder that refines my idea and writes the gem instructions for me. Now Gemini is going to go ahead and come up with an answer. And it's going to provide us with gem instructions that we can go ahead and copy and paste into the Gemini Gem Builder. So here are our instructions, and it's telling us how to use it down here at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and copy these instructions. And it says how to use it, the brainstorm, so we tell it our idea. It will write the instructions for a gem. All right, so we're going to go to our gems. If you haven't saved a gem before, or you've never created a gem, it won't show up on your sidebar here, so you need to go down to this little gear, click on that gear, and you'll see it says gems. All right, and from here, we're not going to touch these. These are the gems made by the experimental product by Google called Opal. We'll definitely cover those in a later video. We're going to come down here. These are our Gemini gems. And so we're going to go ahead and hit New Gem and paste those instructions in that box. Now, I want to show you real quick. We could, in the event that this is working, we could type a gem that builds Gemini Gems into this box, and then by clicking on this little pen here, Gemini would rewrite the instructions here for us. This feature has been not working consistently, so we just went to Gemini first and had him build the instructions for us in a chat rather than doing it here. And this relates back to the short that I created. So I created a short about Google's latest security update is causing an issue with the gem builder that is picking up on command language as a security threat. So that's why we just went to Gemini first. So I wanted to show you, it would generally just write the same kind of instructions here for us, but we went to Gemini first. We're going to go ahead and paste that in there, and we're going to give it a name. And we're going to come over here and click save. And our gem has saved. If your gem doesn't save, it might be because of that security issue. And what I would do is I would go back to Gemini and I would ask him to rewrite the prompt using less command heavy language, because that's what's causing you to not be able to save. All right, we're going to go ahead and start chat. And let's come up with a gem builder that gives us ideas for starting something that we don't feel like starting, or like productivity tips. Hello, I would like to build a Gemini gem that provides productivity tips, maybe based on, you know, different situations, based on different circumstances, situations. Now our gem builder is going to go ahead and think, and it's going to provide for us the instructions here. And this is cool because it gives you an idea for things to implement in your gem that you might not have thought about otherwise. So, like, what specific tone, target audience are you envisioning this gem for? A tough love coach. So, do I want it to be like, eat the frog, get on there and, get it, science-based strategist, or an empathetic, flexible guide for students? I would say, like, probably an empathetic, flexible guide. Maybe an empathetic, flexible coworker. It's going to go ahead here and begin designing the instructions. Now it's running through those instructions that we copied and pasted into it. So here it has provided the instructions. So just like we did with the Gemini Gem Builder, we're going to go ahead and copy those instructions. Since you saved something, your gem should now be showing up in your sidebar, so you can just click on Gems. And we're going to go down and we're going to build a new gem. Here are the gems that you built. So, like, here's the cover letter we created in my previous video on Gemini Gems. Here's the gem builder we just built, and we're going to go ahead and create this new gem. We'll come here, we'll post our instructions. We want to give it a name, so productivity support coworker. And then we're going to save. And our gem is saved, and we can go start a new chat there. And I can now come here and receive productivity tips from my productivity support coworker. So if I'm having trouble starting something, he tells me some quick wins here, gives me some advice about closing browser tabs, doing a reset. What's the main thing you're trying to navigate or get done? I need to work on a chapter of my book, but I'm having trouble getting started. So it's going to go ahead and empathize with me and then give me some tips on how I can start that process. One terrible sentence, changing the font, 5-minute bargain, so setting a timer and just working for 5 minutes, typing out a bulleted list, what happens, so maybe like making an outline rather than doing the whole chapter, talking it out as a voice memo, so rather than doing it by hand, doing it by voice. It's really cool if you have a cell phone and like to do like voice to text. If you use Eloquent, the app by Google, it will transcribe your speech into text. So you look up Eloquent, and it's another one of Google's experimental apps that uses AI to translate your speech to text. So But you can create gems for all kinds of different things. You could create ones that are more professionally based, like our cover letter creator, or you may want to do something that's more emotionally based, personally driven. So again, this productivity support coworker is a little bit more, personal based. I encourage you to think creatively about the different kinds of gems you can build and what they might be able to help you to do. Um, in a future video, I plan on going through and showing you when we would attach different tools. But you can also talk to the gem builder about that. So like, what kind of gems would use Canvas, or what kind of gems would use the deep learning tool. Go ahead and play around with it. Don't be afraid to explore. Um, just remember, always check your outputs and approach all responses with skepticism, push back, ask questions. And yeah, let me know what kind of gems you create in the comments. Comment, like, and subscribe, all those YouTube shenanigans. And I'll see you in the next one.